So, welcome back to our Vuelta playthrough on PCM25. Last episode we took on the first proper mountain stage of this Vuelta and we finished 7th, basically placing Egan Bernal in 3rd place in GC, behind Almeida and Vingegaard. Now, I do believe that beating Vingegaard in this Vuelta will be nearly impossible, so my aim is the podium. And today we're starting off with stage 7, once again a proper mountain stage. The last climb is 12 kilometers, but it's basically a staircase, so 3 flat parts in it. But I have to say, I don't like that Egan Bernal is nowhere to be seen on the favorites list. Hopefully, I can prove the game wrong. Ooh, the weather conditions are pretty much abysmal to start off with, but I'll try to go in the break from the get-go. There we go, Victor Langolotti in the attack. Looks like the breakaway has formed, 11 riders in total, including Pidcock as well, Guillaume Martin, Jai Hindley. Those are some proper climbers. Actually, let's have some fun. Filippo Ganna attacks in the peloton. Foreman is back in GC, so no reaction. What if I attack with Sheffield as well? What does the peloton do? No response. In the meanwhile, Langolotti is not allowed to relay in the breakaway because I want Ganna to get there, and he's doing that exactly as we speak, and Sheffield is not too far behind, with a gap of 3 minutes on the peloton from Sheffield, so I'm kind of starting to believe in the breakaway for today. In the last 1.5 kilometers towards the top of the climb, so Langolotti needs to get ready to make a move here. We've got an early move by Christian Rodriguez, so let's try and get to his wheel with Langolotti, and that is somewhat working, and now I will try to make my move myself. Ganna and Sheffield can relay or effort cursor to try and make sure they can follow, but Langolotti goes for the sprint and does not get top points. Sheffield and Ganna are dropped for a little bit, but they should be able to close that down pretty swiftly, so we gotta make sure we stay in the breakaway. Actually, Langolotti got second at the KOM, so that's pretty okay. And also, the gap to the peloton is now 10 minutes in total. They are so far away and not pacing, so this break is winning.
12 seconds later.
Oh, Sheffield and Langolotti are both down. Oh, no. Please tell me they're getting back up. Langolotti and Sheffield, come on, buddies, work together, and they're back, okay. Let's get back to the front. We made it to the valley, but Ganna is not pacing in Group 1 because Langolotti and Sheffield are desperately trying to come back. Pellizzari also crashed in the descent, so we've got a bit of an ally here. By the way, because we got Ganna in the breakaway, we can actually take the intermediate sprint points with him, so that's great for the green jersey. In the meanwhile, Pellizzari has been dropped by Sheffield and Langolotti, so he's off the back. There we go, Ganna to the front, and nobody is going to try to sprint against me. I'm going to take the 3 points and go off the front again because Langolotti is still desperately trying to get Sheffield back to the front. I'm actually having a pretty hard time choosing in this breakaway who my leader is because, of course, for the stage, it's not Langolotti, but he needs to get a couple of KOM points, but with that energy, he's probably not going to get that. Sheffield with a -1 on the day, but 78 medium mountain, 76 mountain. But Ganna's an absolute beast, so he can also compete for the win here. Also, I don't think I've mentioned this, but a -2 on Bernal, that's not exactly what I was hoping for. Then again, it is not negatively impacting his mountain stats, so that's an advantage. Or at least a lack of disadvantage. The breakaway is massively accelerating, attacks by Pidcock, Guillaume Martin. I'm just trying to do my tempo here on this third last climb with Ganna and Sheffield. Langolotti is off the back, so he's gone. Like, it's really counterintuitive, but Sheffield's energy goes down so much quicker on climbs than Ganna, so I think Ganna is really the guy to go for, despite the mountain stat being so much lower. Ganna's secondary stats are simply insane. Anyway, 50 kilometers to go, and the break is on the second last climb, 6.4k, 6%, so not exactly the biggest climb. It's all about surviving for Ganna. There's the sprint for the KOM points. Come on, Ganna, keep on going, get to their wheel, and make it into the front group. That is nice. And actually, I'm gonna make Sheffield push a little bit on this plateau section on top here to make sure that the 2 riders that were dropped, including a teammate for Pidcock, De La Cruz, stay dropped. But now it is super important, and I'm going 25 maintain position in the descent to make sure we recover as much energy as possible. In the peloton, the tempo has gone up, 44 riders left, but Bernal is actually not looking that good, so hopefully on the last climb, he looks better. In the meanwhile, oh god, oh my god, Bernal has crashed. Oh my god, how do I solve this? Turner Jungels, you're the only riders within reach to help him. Oh no. This is a disaster. My two best domestiques are in the breakaway. Come on, Bernal, get up, get up, get up. There we go. We've got Turner, Jungels, and Rivera waiting for you in a group right here of 9 riders. Come on, we gotta get you back to the GC group. Like, I'm already notoriously bad at multitasking, but this is going to be a disaster. Jungels spacing in the Bernal group on 85, a minute 40 behind Vingegaard, so that's a disaster. Is that the group right there? Yes, it is, but they're pacing like crazy. Tiberi is smashing it. He's 16 GC, so this might mean that Tiberi explodes on the final climb. In the meanwhile, the breakaways gap is down to 5 minutes and a half, so I think I need to use Sheffield on the flat here to set tempo on 75 to make sure the gap keeps going, because otherwise, this break is not making it. Come on, Turner, come on, Jungels. Gap is 1 minute 30. Keep this going, keep this going. Oi, oi, oi. Make sure you don't drop Bernal. That would be an absolute disaster. I also need to be ready to drop back Sheffield from the front all the way to Bernal in a bit, because we're gonna need him down there. At the front, Romo and Pidcock have a gap on the group of Ghana right now, so Sheffield's done for. He needs to wait on Bernal. Turner can protect Bernal. Bernal is 2 minutes 20 behind Vingegaard on this climb, so this is an absolute disaster. A complete disaster. That was the worst timed crash I have ever seen in my entire life. Energy gel on Bernal. I'm spending too much energy on Ghana, so let's drop that down to 73-ish, even though I really think I can win the stage here, so that's a bit of a happy ending to a very sad stage. There we go. Martin dropped, Romo dropped, Pidcock is still in the wheel with 4.9 kilometers to go. Energy gel on Filippo Ganna. I'm gonna try and go 85 because I think Pidcock is done for. So let's keep going. 4 kilometers to go. Filippo Ganna is gonna win a mountain stage here, but in the meanwhile, Sheffield is getting caught by Bernal, so back to 85 very quickly. Come on, get to the wheel, and protect Bernal on this final climb. 6 kilometers to go. Energy-wise, not looking fantastic. In the meanwhile, at the front of the race, Ganna keeps on pacing. Pidcock still in the wheel. Let's do 87. I think I've got him. Come on, Pidcock. I've got a better sprint anyway. So there we go. Filippo Ganna drops Pidcock. 1.5 kilometers to go. Let's go on 99 right now because I want to take as much time as possible. Bernal is 5 kilometers to go. He's got... Oh my god. Where is Vingegaard? So this is Kotsen, Buchmann, Bajoli, Tejada, Pouls, De La Cruz. This is Gaudu from the break. Was he in the break? I don't even know. This is Jorgensen, Ayuso. Where's Vingegaard? Where is Vingegaard? This is Ciccone, like 3 minutes ahead, I bet. Vingegaard is right here catching up to Hindley. He's actually not that far behind Ganna, but Ganna's gonna win the stage anyway. There we go into the final kilometer, but Bernal is an absolute disaster today. Crossing the line, Filippo Ganna wins. Come on, Bernal, 85 for the final. 4 kilometers, I cannot do that. I need to do 80-ish, something like that. We've got lots of Visma riders in our wheel, but that's not Vingegaard, so that is very sad. In the meanwhile, let's take a look. Vingegaard has finished 2 minutes 20 behind the race winner. We gotta get as close as possible, but it won't be very close, I can tell you that right now. I'm gonna lose minutes today. And I'm sorry, but there's not much I could have done there. I crashed with 30 kilometers to go. In the last kilometer, catching rider by rider, but it won't be enough. We're gonna finish maybe 21st, something like that. Bernal is about to cross the line. No, we're gonna get passed by the people in our group, but 23rd, I think we finish. On more than 5 minutes of Jonas Vingegaard. Honestly, I've never felt so sad after winning a race. Filippo Ganna with a fantastic victory on a mountain stage as well. But on the other side, Egan Bernal losing minutes in GC after crashing in the last descent. That is absolutely heartbreaking. Ironically, we're still on the podium of GC, but with Filippo Ganna. But Bernal is all the way down to 12th place on 6:46 of Vingegaard. Oh, come on, PCM. Oh, that's painful. Hey, if I try to look at it positively, we're 7 days into this Vuelta, 2 weeks to go, and we can go in the break now with Bernal because he's so far back. So yeah, this Vuelta is not over yet. And actually, because Ganna took the intermediate sprint and the stage victory, he took 40 points and Philipsen 0, so we're now on 5 points in green. I'm happy about that. Anyway, what a stage, man, what a stage. Next up, stage 8 is a sprint stage, so a bit calmer this one. Not a surprise, Jasper Philipsen is the favorite, but once again, it's Filippo Ganna time on our end. Okay, starting off with a +1 on the day, so 78 sprint stat. Today's breakaway is 2 riders only, so there will be points available at the intermediate sprint, so we have to go for it with Ghana. 4 kilometers towards the sprint, and all the sprint teams are moving up to try and get into position. 99 on Jungels, come on. Let's get Turner to the front with Ghana in the wheel, but we're kind of getting blocked in here. This does not look fantastic. I will launch with Turner right now, all out attack. Jungels out of the way, buddy, out of the way, out of the way. Ghana is ready to make his move, and I'm not feeling it. I'm not feeling it. I need to sprint with Turner. Turner needs to beat Philipsen. Yes, indeed. Because that way, Turner took the points away from Philipsen, because only 5 riders take points at the intermediate sprint. Otherwise, Philipsen would have taken Turner's 10 points. Anyway, neither Philipsen and Ghana got any points, so it's a status quo. When it comes to the finish, I do remember this being a pretty tricky final. Downhill from 5 to 3 kilometers to go, then uphill in the last 2 kilometers. Anyway, without a doubt, positioning is key. 6 kilometers to go, lots of corners, pretty wide road, lots of teams trying to move up, so chaotic, but I'm doing my best to position myself here. Ghana has his energy gel, Kwiatkowski is ready to launch, every other team is smashing it down this descent, so I'm a bit scared that I am a bit behind, so let's try and move up right now. In the last 3 kilometers, I'll launch sprint with Kwiatkowski. I think that's the only way we can salvage this. Turner in the wheel, come on. Last 2 kilometers, there goes Turner. Philipsen with a fantastic position. Can we get back to him? Last 1.2, there goes Ghana. Come on. Come on, Ghana. Come on, Ghana. Philipsen on the left, Pedersen ahead. Philipsen does not win. We finish, hopefully, Fud, as close as possible to Philipsen, but Mes Pedersen wins, and we finish on the podium. Sadly behind Philipsen though. So Philipsen is still leading green by 15 points on Ghana. And actually there's a solid gap in the peloton, 1 minute 28. The question is, does it change GC? Actually, it does. Guillaume Martin loses 4 positions, which benefits Bernal into 11th place. Not that big of a change though. Anyway, on to stage 9 then, a medium mountain finish that gets easier the more you get to the top. Nonetheless, Jonas Vingegaard is once again the favorite. I feel like the best way to get Bernal back in GC is through the breakaway, but I don't feel breakaway when I look at this parkour. But I do think I want to send someone in the breakaway, so Langolotti goes, Turner tries to follow as well as a secondary rider in the breakaway, just in case the break wins. Once again, it's actually a pretty strong breakaway, Langolotti and Turner for Ineos, but also David Gaudu and Guillaume Martin, so proper climbers. But sadly, both Astana and Bahrain are pretty unhappy about this breakaway, so they are chasing it down. Gap is only 3 minutes 40, so this break is probably not winning. In the last 23 kilometers, and the breakaway has 1 minute on the peloton, so I decided to stop relaying in this breakaway. This break is not making it anyway, because Bernal's yellow bar is suffering under the tempo in the peloton, so I want this break to get caught, so Bernal can relax. There we go, the final climb is about to begin. Langolotti and Turner have been caught, a few riders up the road, leftovers from the breakaway, but positioning will be key now because this climb, the hardest part is at the start. It flattens out towards the top. And actually, Ghana is surviving the climb better than Bernal so far, so should he be our GC leader? Ola attack at the front, not a Visma rider this time around, it's Ciccone attacking. Bernal is trying to keep up. Come on, let's do 85 on this steep section still. Not at the flat part yet. Come on, Bernal. Bring Ghana to the front as well because you are 2 GC leaders. Ola, there comes the attack by Vingegaard in the last 4 kilometers towards Ciccone and Butrago. Bernal is trying to move up on, let's say 87, something like that. Kwiatkowski is still leading out. Ghana in the wheel right there looking fantastic. Sheffield needs to get to the front on, let's say 95 because I want him to do a bit of a lead out here. That would be nice. Ghana can go in the wheel of Sheffield. Sheffield goes 99. Gap is 20 seconds to the front of the race. Sheffield does a lead out right now. Ghana in the wheel starts sprinting. Come on, come on, come on. Come on, Ghana. Get to Vingegaard. Get to Vingegaard. No! It's gonna be Jonas Vingegaard winning once again, but Ghana getting second. Sheffield getting third. Bernal getting fourth. That is a very weird finish, but a pretty fantastic result for Ineos. That being said, I probably should have stopped Sheffield to take the bonus seconds with Bernal. Once again, Jonas Vingegaard wins, but Filippo Ganna now with 4 second places and a stage win. What a Vuelta by the man. And actually, Filippo Ganna is now second in GC, passing Joao Almeida? Hey, I'll take it. But sadly, Victor Langolotti loses his KOM jersey to Jonas Vingegaard by a single point. But because of the finish, Filippo Ganna is now wearing the green jersey. Take that, Jasper. Honestly, that was a crazy stage. 3 riders in the top 4. And yeah, Almeida losing 10 seconds to Ganna was enough for him to lose his second place. I have to say, when I started this Vuelta, I did not expect that after 9 stages, we would be in second place with Filippo Ganna and not Bernal. Meanwhile, Bernal is sitting 11th on 7 minutes. Firstly, I'm actively considering using Ganna as a co-leader at this point because he's riding so well in the mountains. And secondly, I've not given up on Bernal because 7 minutes behind means he can go in the breakaway now. And hopefully through breakaways he can move up in GC, while potentially taking a stage win. Anyway, next time we're starting with a pretty similar stage to Lara Belagua. After that, a pretty serious hill stage that does fit Ganna. And to be honest, so does stage 12. Anyway, I'm super excited to see what happens in the rest of this Vuelta, but that's the end of today's video. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon. Goodbye!